Hello and welcome to Rolling with Two. I'm Will, and with me as always is the one who powers her machines by feeding it gremlins,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a two-player perspective and accessibility for Gizmos. Yeah, because the name of the...
Yeah, not the gremlin here.
Yes.
But...
If you're curious about our perspective, our opinion, check out our other video, Rolling with Reviews, Gizmos. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. In Gizmos, you collect energy to build machines into your tableau. Machines have various effects that trigger off the actions you take in the game. When one of the end game conditions is met, whoever has the most victory points wins. All right, Will. How does the game change for two players?
There are less players.
Yeah.
There is no change for setup or anything or how you play. There is no bot. So once you learn it, you know it for all player counts.
Yep. So that kind of also leads into it doesn't do anything terrible at two players. It doesn't do anything great at two players. It is a fine two-player experience.
Yeah, which is surprising because there are markets to buy different gadgets for your factory. And normally in those type of games, there's stagnation in a two-player. But because gadgets are so cheap and the fact you have an ability to research, that kind of just sidesteps that whole issue. It
resolves it. The fact that if you don't like what's in the row, you can research, draw off the top of the deck however many cards you can, pick one, and put the rest back on the bottom. It means you're never completely locked out. And the best way to do that is when you have room in your, what's it called, archive.
Yeah.
So if you can't build it immediately because you don't have the right marbles, hopefully you will be able to the next turn.
And if push comes to shove, it's not terribly hard to build the gadgets.
Yeah, as long as you don't go like way above don't go for level 3 if you're still building level 1s.
Right.
But other than that, that's just kind of logical. So yeah, that's the two-player experience.
All right, accessibility.
Okay, so the marbles, as one would expect, don't have double coating. They're color only. The only kind of good news is the black is solid, but the other three are transparent. So if you're having color issues with any of these, hopefully somebody at the table can help, but there's just no getting around it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even recommend like replacing a color marble with a different type of marble so that it feels different, because then the weights in there might shake up the distribution, and maybe all those marbles then come out first.
Yeah, the only thing would be if you replaced all the marbles, but yeah, at that point, I'm not sure this would be a good game because
well, you still then have a color issue. It's just maybe now you have your own colors that work best for you.
Right. But then you'd still have trouble matching them up to the cards.
Yes,
because the cards still show black marbles and yellow and red and blue.
Yeah, as long as you assign them properly, because I believe you need, 13 of each color?
I think so.
Yeah, 13 of each color is the distribution.
Right.
So if these marbles don't work for you, maybe that would be a do-it-yourself fix.
But then you'd have to fix the cards too.
Right.
So, may not be worth it. Speaking of kind of the marbles, the dispenser was a good attempt to make a dispenser. And if you get a brand new one, of course, we didn't get a brand new one. We got a used copy of the game. The dispenser's already kind of a little worn out for us, but we think even a brand new one isn't going to work all that great. All the comments I've been reading online, people have to continually jostle the thing all the time to get the marbles.
Ours, we actually had to prop up.
We had to prop up the back just so gravity
could work on it.
Yeah. So there are 3D printed files out there for a more condensed one that is more reliable. However, you will have to throw away the insert. Although in my opinion, the insert was made specifically to hold the marble dispenser, and the rest of the components are in weird spots. So
yeah.
Not a big deal. We may end up doing that, getting a 3D printed dispenser made, chuck the insert and just put everything in the box as is.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, there's some small cognitive overload more towards the end of the game when you have a lot of cards and you get a lot of chaining actions of when you do this, you get this and you get that and so on and so forth. And so you just might forget to activate a card, or you have to remember not to activate a card twice.
Yes, because if you use the card that says I convert a blue marble into any color, okay, I did that once, and then come back around, did I use that again?
Yeah.
There's just nothing in there. I mean, you probably could try flipping the cards face down as you use them.
But they're in a column.
Yeah.
So you'd have to pull them out of the column, which gets kind of... Yeah, unless you used maybe tokens from something else.
Yeah, little like mini poker chips.
Yeah.
Throw on there.
And say that it's done. It's not a huge deal. It's just, like I said, towards the end of the game, you've got a lot of things happening and you might forget. Now, if you play it on Board Game Arena, which, I forgot to check if that's a premium game or not. I meant to. But Gizmos is on Board Game Arena. The nice thing there is, again, you've got a computer controlling things. It, what do you call it? Reminds you to do things.
And it won't let you cheat.
And it won't let you cheat. So that's nice. Okay, what it does right, the game is all open information. The iconography is really distinct. It's pretty intuitive.
Yeah. You look at the how you read a card, and it's easy. Like, okay, this goes to that, or this goes to those two.
Right.
Okay, that's simple. When I do this, I do this. Okay, simple.
Yeah.
They kept the iconography language consistent and very clear.
And you've got this bar across in your tableau that gives you all the main action icons, and pretty much everything builds off of this. Pick has a hand. So when you see a hand picking a certain color marble and the thing to the right is doing something else like gaining a victory point, it reads itself really well. And if you do have questions, the reference information, there's a whole sheet back and front that's really good. So you will not have problems learning this game and what these cards do.
Yeah.
Lastly, this is just more of a fun thing. The marbles are kinesthetically fun to play with. It's not a huge part of the game, obviously.
But there are a number of people who won't actually get engaged in a game unless their hands are doing something.
Right.
So this would be a great game for those to give them that sense of touch, to make the game feel more real to them.
Right.
So that is an important element accessibility-wise, that it makes this game more accessible to those type of people.
That is very true. All right, I think that's everything for accessibility.
All right, for 2 players, would you recommend?
I think so. I think it's going to be fine, and I think it'd be fine at a higher player counts too. Not that we're obviously talking about it, but I think the game scales well considering it doesn't change.
Yeah, the funny thing is I find that on a higher player game, the game feels like it goes faster. Even though everyone's taking turns, and so theoretically it should take longer, it's easier to reach one of the end goal conditions with 4 people trying to reach it rather than just 2.
I don't quite see
So what happens is someone might be just going for cheap little gadgets.
Oh,
so
okay.
one of the end things is get 16 total gadgets in your factory.
Right.
Well, that can happen really quick.
If you're just building the level 1 stuff.
Yes. Or if someone even builds an engine that lets them build multiple things, like you can build something and do a research, which then gives you an opportunity to build even faster.
It's true.
So that's the only thing I noticed, because we did play on BGA with higher player counts.
That's true. Well, and I also say just playing on Board Game Arena in general is a faster implementation just because the computer controls so much of it. So there is that. Okay.
And then accessibility.
The marbles, if the color is going to be a problem and you don't have someone at the table who can help you, or you feel comfortable getting help from, this will be a very much no-go. But everything else, I think, is really accessible.
Well, maybe you take out your paints, and like maybe the reds, you put a racing stripe around them all. And
Sounds messy, but
and then the blue,
you could.
You put all the dots. You put little dots on it.
You could try. Yeah.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I just think for component modification, marbles will probably be one of the hardest ones to modify versus like meeples or cards. you can usually just use like a Sharpie on a meeple and a card to be like, okay, this circle with a little star is this color, and this, so on and so forth. You can modify it more easily.
This is very specifically, they have to roll because they have to functionally do this thing.
Right.
All right, and Sarah,
yes.
After you built your fancy little factory, what is it that you build?
I have no idea. I usually just build whatever the heck comes my way. So it's a hodgepodge of knickknacks and doodads and
And
stuff.
paddywhacks.
And paddywhacks, yes.
Fantastic. And why would you ever roll with just one when you can be
Rolling with two.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.